Voltron, they weren't hiding behind their teams, they worked as
Of course.
Quill sprays, Viscous Nasal Goo starting to stack. They've got the Earth Spike from Boomy and should have First Blood.
And his goo is so strong, number one.
Just a matter of time.
Quill
and a right click.
Easy.
Gabbi's got himself.
And a slow ring now. Up to Buddha.
That he's going to be getting.
Yeah. Raw mid lane.
Probably will use another DK. The Elder Dragon form should be gone in just a second. They've got the Swashbuckle coming through as well as the Air Spike. They'll hex up the Elder Titan, but they don't get the damage out onto Carl. Disruption. Whitemon might be able to set up the stomp. Got the Stampede. Tim's caught, and he's already got himself an Angel's Attendant. So it's only level 1, but it does give him enough to survive here. They'll go after Zephyr. Back around. There's the kill onto the Shadow.
Yeah, playing at a pace right now that T1 is not comfortable with at all. Like they're trying to respond, but they're always just a little bit slow. Maybe. Oh, he didn't pop the smoke. Oh, he was on the edge.
And now it's going to be Primal Roar. They've got that to set up.
And another
Hex, Earth Spike, all ready to go. No chance he gets out of this one. They get the kill to 23 for what is now the 4th time.
I mean, you can say what you want, it's still like a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Radiant's top towers.
Abilities. And now they're knocking on the high ground. What's the defense? What can you do?
Thinking about going into the Rolling Thunder.
That's a lot of damage on this tower. Stun on the DK, but
Gabbi's moving forward. They've got the Rolling Thunder as well as the blink that's going to hit into Carl. Pops the BKB. They've got the finger going out to Zephyr. They'll get the cut. The Shadow Demon buys back up immediately. 23 comes over with the meta. But put his attention on the tails for a second. Rolling Thunder still bouncing these heroes into the air. The Swashbuckle disarming Whitemon. The look over at Cuckoo. They've got this disruption to keep him alive. They're still chasing. Meanwhile, Bach on the other side of the fight. He'll survive. Swashbuckle over again. Hits on 23. They got the double kill. They killed off Cuckoo. They'll get the cut of Zephyr. So Zephyr ball back once in this fight. Gabbi eats the cheese. Back to full health, full mana. And they should be able to keep it going on the high ground.
he didn't even have to eat the cheese. Just did it for semantics.
Hex 23 in trouble. Earth Spike to follow it up. Wait from Carl into danger. They've also got the sleep on the Gabbi, but it's just not enough damage. They're starting to take away the mana from Cuckoo. They've got Gabbi moving forward. There's the Dragon Tail. Shield crash right on top of the Centaur. They pushed them all the way back into their base, and they will take this tier 3 buy.
And it was 52 seconds already. Metamorphosis timed out, and they have nothing left in the tank. Like, what can you do?
Enchantress that are starting to tick away at these heroes on T1. Toons feels confident enough to be moving near the tier 4s. Blink, boost off double edge, and then that right click. Can't get onto this Enchantress. Kim just doesn't take damage.
Way too tanky.
Earth Spike on the coup. They're going to try and get the kill out of the Centaur. They've got the finger to follow it up, but it's not enough damage with Stampede being used. The BKB coming around the horn. They look over at Armel. He might die here. Has his BKB pop, but he's getting focused by Carl. See for a moment. Whitemon wants the right click. 23 is the one who gets the kill. He's gone for 73, but they lose the Shadow Demon as well as the Elder Titan. Still focusing Tims. 23, that might not be the way to go about this. They've got the Wither's Orb on the Gabbi, and 23, he's disarmed. 23, he's in trouble. 23, he is dead. Triple kill for Gabbi. He'll look for the Ultra, and he won't find it because Bach gets the kill. They're back in their base. Carl, he can only just watch as the rest of the team is dead, and TNC will ravage the base.
And Carl's getting the mass tips. He got a lot of tips because I mean, they're all running it. It's super obvious that they're coming.
Yeah, they're on their way. They're going after Tims once again. Can they even get the kill on this Enchantress? The damage, the break, it's all there with the Nature's Attendants. Tims will finally die. The BKB gets popped by Armel. They actually don't have Tims for 43 seconds. When the Metamorphosis from 23 is onto the high ground, looking over the Beastmaster, but now the Primal Roar, they've got the stun, the blink is on the hook up. The finger comes out, he kills Cuckoo. Boomy blowing up the Centaur. Armel is gone. He's got no buyback, but DK's in too deep. Carl trying to run from this bristle, who is putting out a lot of Viscous Nasal Goo.
The base is dying.
Sprays, and the base is also dying. He has to TP back after the sweep hits from the Elder Titan, as they have lost one tier 4 and they are forced to glitch.
And still not GGing out. T1 very...
Oh, Carl just got 10-man tipped.
Again, yeah. This is the second time. Ha ha ha. I mean, I don't think you can be too happy with this.
And Gabbi's just in, takes the tier 4. They'll look over at 23. The throne is available to take. Whitemon look for the sweep out of these creeps, try and slow that down as much as he can. He's got the Centaur held back in a second, but they've got themselves the Air Spike. They look over 23, who looks like he won't be able to get any Sunder off as it's not available, and Gabbi will run into the base. He might even run into the throne. They'll finally call GG, and TNC will take game number 1.
They got demolished.
Yeah. So you didn't have to change your... But at some point, right?
I mean, Hood is super value. They have Snap, Rubik, Tiny, and Lash. So Hood would be pretty game-winning item potentially even.
Is it alright if it's on the Timber?
Pulse
Nova,
Nova.
23 on the run, Hex. That might keep 23 alive, but Armel is so fast.
Why is he so fast? Wind
He's
blade?
moving at 390, trying to chase 23, and he's dead. Whitemon drops 2. Blink Dagger.
They're ready to
All
fight
over the
the
bounty, smoke is broken. There's the avalanche, but the Hex comes through. Gabbi in trouble. Minus armor, rules up in the air. Finger takes out Boomy, but they'll still lose Carl. 23 moving in, trying to get the damage out. Pulse Nova doing a lot of damage out of 23. He needs to be careful. They'll get the Whitemon, they'll get the Chrono Armel. They'll end up trading 2 for 2. Chakram coming out from the Rubik. They still want to go for this. Avalanche, Doppelganger onto the low ground with the 2-man Impale. Cuckoo maintaining his ground. The stolen Impale hits on 2. Down goes Zephyr. They'll take out the Aegis. 23 back into the fight, but he's not dealing with a lot of health here. Doppelganger now starting to run. The attention from Cuckoo goes out onto Tims. Tims is out of mana. He's got a full staff, but the Chakram, there it is to get the kill. Ends up being a 3 for 3.
Yeah, and that's the power of the Aegis coming into play, of course. Cuckoo dying. But second time, they will not be so lucky. The game is not just over yet. Slowly and slowly.
Kisses, Avalanche toss. Trying to make this happen with the BKB pop by Gabbi. Carl down to about half health. The right click's coming in with Plasma Field. It looks like they'll get the kill at least onto the Razor. And now they're going to Whirling Death. They've got the lift on a Cuckoo. They'll get the kill on the 2. Sending some illusions over. And this is good timing. This is right when Roche is supposed to be back up. Armel.
Castle on the prowl.
They find Boomy. Forward staff not far enough away. Spirit Lance is there. Boomy ends up dead to 23. They're going to continue for more of these Spirit Lances being thrown out. Carl maintaining the front line. So is Cuckoo. They're right on top of Tims. They get the kill to the Rubik. He's going to buy back. And now, with that buyback, they'll try to turn. They have Gabbi on the back lines. Take out Whitemon. He's got buyback too. BKB TP out from Gabbi, but they're still on the high ground. Playmail pop. Bach now turning his back, but he doesn't have that BKB available. Avalanche. Toss.
Not even close.
Swordstone popped, and now the turnaround. Actually, they threw him right into Armel, so he gets the Whirling Death off. Armel sitting a little bit low. He's got the BKB, but there's the Doppelganger. 23 not dealing with a lot of mana here. And might just back up and leave, but 23 gets another kill on a Tim with the illusions, and he's dead for 75, considering the fact that he already bought back in this fight. We're trapped. The Nihilism of turning the Ethereal and all that. Oh, gobble up, spin out, Avalanche as well as the toss going after Whitemon, but he's going to survive. The Mortimer's Kiss is coming through, and they're not going to land with BKB's being popped all around the horn. They look over at Bach. Actually, they don't even care about Bach. They get the kill to Armel, Bach as well as Tims. They weren't focusing on the Bristle at all. Gabbi drops, 4 heroes dead, and now on the Boomy, full team white in favor of T1. They'll fall GG, and they'll even the series at 1 apiece.
Felt though as it was over like 20 minutes ago already.
Yeah, it became just a one-sided affair, and it's off that first. Ain't gonna be that big of a difference. Arrow, ruptured, blood right, all through. Meteor Hammer was already used. We've got the right clicks coming in, and eventually Cuckoo will run himself out. Dropping the sanities, Zephyr surviving, 23 on the front lines. Now they've got the Primal Roar. This is an interesting spot for 23 to be in, with ball lining from Carl missing. Removes Kisses is out.
They did that to themselves.
Blink coming through, out onto Gabbi. In a lot of trouble. They got the Earth Spike to follow it up. They'll have the finger there. Ball lightning, Carl, can he get the control? There's the Astro as well as the Sanities. It takes out Whitemon. It's only 1 hero dead with the Mortimer's Kisses flying across them, but Gabbi's dead. They've got no Bach. Timber Chain over from Cuckoo, looking after Boomy. As the axes fly in, 9 stacks out onto the Timber. Fire Snap Cookie getting away. Armel on the run. Mortimer's Kisses.
And he saved them with the Astro.
And yeah, saves him with the Astro, looking for the Meteor Hammer. Mortimer's Kisses, full staff now. Lotus Orb trying to get away. He tries the Timber, but he doesn't survive. Whitemon dead next. T1 kind of missing an opportunity here. Ball lightning all the way through, getting the silence as well as the Vortex. That's on a Gabbi. The Fire Snap Cookie gets some distance, and they've got the Primal Roar that's on for the Medusa, but they're not doing enough damage. They finally land the arrow on top of it. Ball lightning back, and that's to pick up a double damage for Carl. So they might make their way in. They turn to Stone Bach as well as Armel with the Mystic Snake.
Only sitting at 4k mana.
And Gabbi Kennedy, there goes Zephyr. Ball lightning though, back into the fight. So it's Medusa and Storm against the world. They'll go after Gabbi, they'll look for more. Mystic Snake, Tim's to Stone, BKB forced out. Armel now turning, throwing those axes, trying to get the blood right down on a 23. They've got the urn, but can they get the kill on the 23? It's not looking likely. They've got another Mystic Snake. Renovatos, another snake bounces.
Arrow?
And he's just full on mana. Their ground, looking for the tier 3. Some right clicks out on a box for a second. There goes the final tier 3. They've got themselves the ball in as well as the Vortex to follow that up with an Earth Spike. The Primal Roar comes out on the Whitemon. They get the kill on the Lion. Stone Gaze used, right clicks in. OG low, killed off by Cuckoo, buys back into the game. And they would try and run the Mirana out, but he dies to Zephyr. The right click damage from the Impetus. The BKB is not going to do enough here. They've got Carl locking down Armel. He's got buyback. Question is, will he even use it? The answer to that is yes, but they've already lost the Bloodseeker, who doesn't have buyback, so it's a 3v5 situation. And not looking like a good one as they set up here for Megas.
Tip me, please.
Carl asking for the tips. I want to say that originated against Boom when they were up heavily. And then Carl tipped them, and then they lost.
But why did TNC tip him then?
Because everybody in Southeast Asia is tipping Carl.
Oh, it's a triple snake. It's a big stone.
Triple snake. Now they've got the Primal Roar, but it doesn't look like it's going to do anything because the fact that he's just standing his ground, and GG will be called. T1, they take down the top of the table team. That is TNC. And they find some success, finally,